EA Sports. It's in the game.
Camara Drive-In. It's the Colts. This is Madden 19, and it's the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, 2017 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara. Fresh off a big performance a week ago. Coming up, we'll see the visiting New Orleans Saints taking on the Indianapolis Colts. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
On 1st and 10, Luck. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. A look now at the defensive starters for the Saints. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, that is a confidence builder and a trust builder on both sides. And what I mean by that is coaching staff putting together a game plan, players executing it. Now both of them are in sync.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Luck. And that is incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Now Breeze. And got his man complete. Brandon Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 24 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
2nd and goal from the 1. To throw, it's Breeze. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Oh, my, you know that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
This drive started way back inside their own 5. Now they're looking for the capper. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On first down, Locke. And the catch made by Hilton. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll fake the handoff. Now Locke. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Locke. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Here we go.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Breeze. Trying to lay one up deep. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt.
Delay of game, offense.
I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they
Still
want to help
4th
their
down.
punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And room there to work it inside the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. It's the Saints in the lead early here. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. A give. This is Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Andrew Luck and company heading back onto the field. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots. Now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Play action, it's Luck. That's complete, middle of the field to Humphreys. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. From the 50, it's Luck. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Luck on first down. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Out to his left. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Here we go. Ready. You waiting?
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's caught, it's Thomas. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Ready. You waiting?
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here is Andrew Luck, the focus of our player spotlight. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on this drive?
I think he may need some help from the coaching staff. Maybe the offensive coordinator says, okay, let's do a few of the shorter throws, quick rhythm throws where the ball's out of his hand quickly into a receiver before the defense can react. Maybe not take so many shots downfield, just in case. Get your confidence back up, and then later on, you expand the targets again.
The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Right?
I love it. I love it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
A wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass, and that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Let's go!
Here's the backup, Jacoby Brissett. Now they go screen. It's complete. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Brissett to throw on first. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go! Red 38!
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go! What? 90!
They'll throw again. Brissett throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Now the big play pushes them all the way out to the 40 now for first down.
Ready. We're waiting.
The final shot before half for Breeze. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And in the second quarter, it's the Redskins who are out in front. Jamison Crowder, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. 2 touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baker Mayfield with 3 touchdown passes. In our game, it was the right arm of Drew Brees that led the way in the first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded at the goal line. A beautiful fake. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Waiting.
And the third quarter starts with a run by Ingram. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Waiting.
They run it again with Kamara. Gets around him, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key 3rd down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
Ready. Waiting.
Breeze now on 1st down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
That's complete to Meredith. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Breeze now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Running with Kamara. And he's got this one down to the 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go. What? 90.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
What? 90. What?
On third down, Brissett. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Colts on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Brissett. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And look at this, it's a fake. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
21, 21.
On the ground, Kamara takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Ready. Yellow waiting, yellow waiting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
Now the pitch comes to Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited, because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock, because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football?
Ready. We're waiting.
Ingram again, a first down carry. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Kill.
Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Mark Ingram with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints just continue to roll.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right?
No.
I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Brissett on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
On second down, Brissett again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. Third down here.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Colts on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. What? 90.
From the gun, here's Brissett. And incomplete here on third down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. The Saints coming out now to take the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
On second down, Kamara. And an alley to run. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready. Yellow lady. Easy.
Breeze hands to Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Saints on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
There's pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what, no matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Brissett. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
The previous play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Here we go! Red 38! Red 38!
First down, Brissett. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go! Red 38!
Brissett. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for New Orleans, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll sink now to 0-4.